Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Jenny. How you
Got
doing?
a game.
Good.
Got a game, and then tomorrow is the parade in Toronto. Toronto will win so convincingly tonight, it'll just be a Golden State will say no mas.
Someone asked, someone told me to ask you, how did Vanderbilt do in the NCAA golf tournament?
I don't know.
You do know.
I know. We're the second seed in the whole nation.
I'm talking about golf.
Yeah.
Y'all gag, you know. You know.
I'm from Oklahoma.
No, you're not.
It's Oklahoma State is the team in golf.
They got beat too.
Well, they're the dominant team.
Texas beat them. Stanford took y'all out.
Today. All right.
Stanford.
We got a lot to
Real
get to
smart
on
guys
today's show. Could the Rockets actually trade James Harden? Is that a possibility? And will Anthony Davis finally join LeBron in L.A.? Shannon? Well,
Maybe.
we also have Kings point guard De'Aaron Fox in studio, but first we will talk NBA Finals. After a lot of days off for both teams, Game 1 is finally here for the Warriors and Raptors in Toronto. The Raptors are a slight favorite tonight despite making their first ever trip to the NBA Finals. On the other hand, the Warriors are in their 5th straight finals and are trying to win their 3rd title in a row, but have to play Game 1 without Kevin Durant, who is still out with a strained calf. So, Shannon, who you got? Who wins tonight?
Might surprise some people, Skip. I'm going to take the Raptors.
Why would that surprise you?
I'm taking them big, though.
Yeah?
Yeah,
All
double
right.
digits.
Double digits?
10.
Okay. Well, you're barely in double digits, so you're not even, like, convincingly in double digits.
The line, hold on, they're only favorite. That's you do
have
understand.
to speak with the courage of your convictions.
First of all,
go 15.
No. I love how you try to do this.
Yeah.
You do realize this is the 2-time defending.
Double digits by 10.
10. That's double. Is that double digits?
Barely qualified.
It is, okay.
Okay.
I think they win. I just like what I'm seeing from the Raptors. What I've seen over the last 3 games, Van Fleet, Norman Powell, Serge Ibaka. This is the kind of production that they got the last 3 games that they had gotten all year. This would explain why when Kawhi Leonard sat down 22 games, they were still able to go 17-5. So that lets you know that this is a very good bench team.
So maybe he's being a little overrated? Is that possible?
No.
Well, you just threw the stat out there. 17-5 is pretty great, right?
But he's been unbelievable. He's been everything it's advertised. He's been better than advertised.
Until the 4th quarter. Go ahead.
But the only really concern that I have is that how much can they play Marc Gasol, because the matchup with him, when they go to their small lineup, is he going to be able to guard Draymond? So Serge Ibaka might have to play more minutes because he's a better matchup for Draymond than, say, Marc Gasol. But I just believe the 9 days that the Warriors have had off, Skip, that's a long, long time. I don't know if we've seen a team have this kind of rest. So I believe they'll be a little rusty. Now, they were in a great rhythm. They played Sunday. Yeah, it'd have been over for the Raptors. But the long layoff and the length of the Raptors, I think that's going to be a problem. It's going to be very interesting to see how these matchups. Now, I haven't heard a whole lot about Iggy. They have declared Durant out. Boogie Cousins is questionable. They hadn't really said a whole lot about Iggy, so we don't know how that calf is. But if he plays, I'm assuming
it's his Achilles. That's what they said.
You're right. That's what it is.
I mean, that's even worse than a calf to me.
Very much so. I believe if he's able to go, Iggy will start the game on Kawhi, and probably Clay will start on Siakam.
Maybe.
And then they'll go, go for
mix and match.
Right, mix and match. And vice versa, I think that's the same. I think Kyle Lowry starts. But with that being said, I'm going to take the Raptors by 10 tonight and get this party started.
Get this party started.
Yep.
Even though I think you picked Golden State in 6.
I
so
did.
Is it the Golden State party that's going to get started? And I believe on yesterday's show, you told me that Golden State was going to win Game 1, but I can't keep up because you flip and you flop.
I flipped, but I saw Kevin Durant. And then I saw the Raptors. They're going to be going crazy. That home crowd. Drake going to be acting a fool, who we're going to talk about a little later. He's going to be acting a fool. It's going to be over.
Yeah. You should be on HGTV because it's flip or flop on houses. So you could, you're flip or flop. You could have your own show. Am I going to flip or flop today?
You never know. Daily.
I'm flipping.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah,
You're flipping. Okay.
What do you got, Skip?
So this will surprise some people, or maybe not, because I said this on Monday. I'm going to go with the favorite in this game because the favorite is suddenly the home team.
You're right.
And the home team opened as a 1.5-point underdog, and the betting public leaped, Shannon Sharp-esque, leaped aboard the bandwagon and turned it completely around the other way. And now Toronto at home is a 1.5 favorite. That's a big betting swing.
That's a big
that
swing.
3-point swing.
Somebody laid 6 figures down on the Raptors.
And maybe there were a lot of somebodies who laid medium money on it because the bandwagon is rolling toward the home team.
Right.
And I do like your one point that you made, I'm with. Golden State has had 9 days off. It's too many days off. So I believe Golden State will lose this game more than Toronto will win this game. Toronto has had 4 days off, which I believe you would qualify as the perfect amount of time to stay hot but get a little bit of rest.
Yes.
Off 2 grueling battles with, obviously, Philly and Milwaukee. So you get to stay hot, you get to stay home, and you get to stay in more rhythm than Golden State does because they're still teetering, reeling with. Is it KD or not? He's on the trip. Does that mean, what does that mean? And by the way, I'm going to throw this subplot out there because the plot is going to thicken tonight if the Raptors do take care of business at home, because all of a sudden I think KD is going to come into some play for game 2. He's there. I have no idea how hurt he is because I don't think anybody has any idea. But the pressure will mount for him to play game 2 because you just said get the party started. Well, what if the party rolls into game 2 and Toronto wins that game? You know what happens? It's hard to go home down 0-2
It is very
and
hard.
not panic, have a little bit of panic depending on how the games go, how dominating it appears that Toronto is. Well, I think Kevin Durant is going to come back into play hugely, even starting in game 2.
You might be right, Skip, because we haven't seen this team be down 0-2. This is only the second time in this playoff run of theirs, the 5 straight championships, that they've not had home court. This series in Houston last year. Only twice. Let that sink in for a second. So they're in uncharted territories, especially in the finals. So we don't know, because normally they get it home, Oracle gets the rolling, and they normally blow people out, with the exception of that first game where they had to go to overtime. Steve Kerr first year there with the Cavaliers. All the other game 1s have been wipeouts.
I got it. So, big picture, I'm going to stick with, again, my pick was I got Golden State in 7 in the big picture. You got Golden State in 6. Okay, I'm going in 7. I think it's going to be a roller coaster, all-time classic of a series. Up and down, back and forth, and I'll go right on record. I believe Golden State will win game 2. But game 1, here's why they're going to win it. And it's not going to be all because of number 2. I'm sure he will play pretty well. I'm going to give you pretty well. I also think he's been overrated, shaky in a bunch of fourth quarters. So I don't trust him in the fourth quarter tonight. And the new closer for this team has come back to life, and that is Fred VanVleet. He closed for them all year. Trust me on that. I watched him a lot. And once they got their child delivered and he got the heat off him, the pressure off him, and he refocused on basketball, he was their closer. He was their closer in game 6 the other night.
Man, he had some big shots, but you know who had the ball. Claw had it.
Claw scored 2 baskets, one fast break dunk that was just unstoppable, and a lucky 3. That's what he did in the fourth quarter. Period. End of
Toronto erupted.
Okay, so this is my point about Toronto that people are completely missing. The best defensive team in the playoffs these eyes have seen is Toronto. The best defensive team. They're way better on defense than the Warriors are on defense. Obviously, the Warriors are better on offense. But they have the antidote to the Warriors' offense because this team, again, I'm going to say it one more time. You have 2 former defensive players of the year in number 2 in Gasol. And number 2 won it twice. So you have 3 trophies on your side, right? You have a Danny Green who has made all defense. He was second team, but he made all defense. Prediction for tonight. Danny Green has been he just roller coasters in his career. I know his game. He's been in a slump. I say he fires his way out of the slump tonight. He'll make 4 threes tonight, and it will allow them to keep him on the floor to play defense, because what happened against Milwaukee, he went so cold, you had to say, we can't play him. You just got to yank him fast. What did he play in game 6? It seemed like he played 14 minutes, okay? And then Siakam. Trust me, he should have made all defense this year. That's how dominating of a defender he is. Well, look, and then we throw Ibaka on top of that. he once led the league in block shots, and he's an all-defensive kind of player, okay?
Yes.
Well, the back line of that is so strong with those 3 guys, and then you got number 2 out on the perimeter. You got lockdown going on here.
Yeah, they're long.
This is tough. And Anunoby, we haven't even mentioned his name, but last year he was one of their best defenders. Who took LeBron the whole series? I know LeBron did some good things. I got it.
Some good.
I know I got it, but he was a rookie. He was a rookie out of Indiana. Well, I think he's going to play either tonight or game 2.
Sunday.
We haven't even brought up his name.
Right.
He's 6'8", 230. He is long and he is strong. So you don't think that's going to add to their defensive domination?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're going to need it.
Okay.
And for the most part, they can switch everything with the exception of Gasol, but Siakam and Kawhi and Kyle Lowry. And so even when it comes to Ibaka, they can switch a lot of things. The question is, how much can they play Marc Gasol, and can he punish them down low?
Yes.
But he's not that.
No, he can punish them on defense. That's all that really matters.
He's not the post-up guy. He's not a joker. He's not a Nurkic. He's not that kind of guy anymore.
No, but if you ask him to make 2 threes a game, you watch him make them. Okay?
Well, he might be able to do that. I think they might need a little bit more than 6 points from him if they're going to win this final.
Okay, now let's look.